Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Little ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel who really love rights. So that's why I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and crime and do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Yeah. It just a tie and I say watch your man. I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and fight. Fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari.
Taxi drivers regularly tells us we have to have a fitness certificate to be on the road, but certainly the road is not fit for our vehicles. While the people of St. Elizabeth are swimming in flood waters, the people of Westmoreland are bawling out for justice for their roads. After the government have spent or allocated $45 billion for its park, reach, and patching program, the crisis the government declared last year has worsened in a crisis where the government slashed and siphoned the road maintenance fund and has not maintained the road. The government comes with a lot of PRs, fancy name, and budgets. The roads, though, in our country continues to deteriorate. Good evening and welcome to Spark or Dark. Did our $45 billion spark, and are we seeing the benefit from that $45 billion? Or could it be that tantamount of that $45 billion have been siphoned off into lawless contract and procurement practices? The Auditor General report down the road will tell us. Good evening and welcome, globalists. Thank you for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. As usual, we are starting with our article to dictate the program tonight because, you know, in the world of media, the print news normally set the tone of conversation for those in broadcasting. So we're leading on our article. We'll be looking at St. Elizabeth that we look at this morning. We'll be looking at the taxi drivers in Westmoreland, and we're going to look at a video from the Carnival. Maybe not the shooting, because I will not comment on it because I am confused. I do not understand what is going on. I leave that for the people in the entertainment vlogging to have that discussion. I will, though, have a little say on the police issue and revelers. Let us first go to our article on the government road degeneration. Let us look at our article on the government's road degeneration, and then we will continue the program after we've looked at the Prime Minister plethora of failure. $45 billion and more.
Jamaica's infrastructure in crisis.
But will Jamaicans ever see any of that $45 billion in material. Debbie Jervis, good evening and welcome. Lynette Jenkins, Laverne, good evening. Norman Ferguson, good evening, good evening. The Easy Jerk, Janet Brissett, Abina Sarkodi. Good evening, everyone, and welcome, welcome. Good evening, Colin Wagwan. Good evening. Now, let's kick things off with our article looking at Andrew Holness's 10 years of Jamaica road degradation.
Jamaica's infrastructure in crisis. Billions spent, but are we still stuck in the mud? The state of Jamaica's road network has transitioned from a public nuisance to a full-blown national emergency. Despite Prime Minister Andrew Holness announcing a staggering $40 to $45 billion investment through the Spark and Reach programs, the reality on the ground remains one of total disarray. As the minister responsible for the National Works Agency, with Minister without portfolio Everald Warmington's successor, and current oversight involving figures like Matthew Samuda and Senator Abka Fitz-Henley, and the operational direction of NWA's CEO E.G. Hunter, the buck stops with the Prime Minister. However, the narrative of transformation is being heavily undermined by a decade of neglect and a series of questionable policy decisions. The emergency declaration and the leadership gap. Perhaps the most telling sign of internal friction was the revelation that the Prime Minister had to be virtually forced by Daryl Vaz to declare the island's roadways a national emergency. This delay in recognition points to a massive disconnect at the highest level of the NWA. While Holness oversees the agency as the primary minister, it took a public outcry and internal cabinet pressure to acknowledge what every Jamaican driver already knew: the infrastructure has collapsed. This emergency status was only triggered after years of ignoring the underlying rot, making the subsequent announcement of the Spark and Reach programs feel more like reactive damage control than a proactive vision for the future. The $45 billion question, Spark, Reach, and the patching paradox. The Spark program is marketed as a revolutionary, data-driven approach to fixing community roads, while Reach is intended to address the immediate fallout from recent weather events. However, skeptics point to the emergency patching program as a symbol of government inefficiency. For years, emergency patching has been criticized as a money-to-dirt exercise, where millions are spent to fill potholes with substandard material that washes away during the first heavy shower. With $45 billion on the line, the public is rightfully questioning the procurement process and the quality of work. How can the government justify such a massive spend when the foundational strategy for the last 10 years has failed? The REACH program, designed to provide adversity relief, seems to be a rebranding of basic maintenance that should have been ongoing, rather than a specialized response to a crisis that was, in many ways, man-made through negligence. A decade of neglect, the ghost of the Road Maintenance Fund. The current catastrophe can be traced back to the Prime Minister's decision to discontinue the dedicated Road Maintenance Fund. By absorbing these funds into the general budget, the government effectively ended the cycle of routine, preventative maintenance. For a decade, Jamaica's roads have been left to the elements. Without regular drainage cleaning or surface sealing, the infrastructure was left defenseless against the climate. The impact of this policy was brutally exposed by Hurricane Beryl, followed by Hurricane Raphael and Hurricane Melissa. While the administration blames unprecedented rainfall, the truth is that a well-maintained road system should be able to withstand seasonal storms. Instead, because the roads hadn't been touched in 10 years, the hurricanes didn't just cause damage, they caused a total systemic failure. We are now paying billions to reconstruct what could have been preserved with millions in consistent maintenance. The forgotten bridges, a disaster waiting to happen. Beyond the potholes lies a more dangerous issue: Jamaica's plethora of derelict bridges. From the crumbling structures in rural St. Andrew and Portland to the precarious crossings in Clarendon and St. Catherine, many bridges are decades past their expiration date. While the Spark program focuses on road surfaces to win political points, the structural integrity of the nation's bridges remains a secondary concern. Many of these bridges are currently restricted to single-lane traffic or light vehicles only, severing vital economic arteries. The NWA, under Holness's ministry, has been slow to move from assessment to reconstruction, leaving thousands of Jamaicans to risk their lives daily on rusted steel and cracked concrete. Accountability and the NWA. The operational management of the NWA, often navigated by NWA head E.G. Hunter, and oversight by the Prime Minister's hand-picked ministers, faces a massive credibility gap. The public sees billions of dollars being announced, yet they still navigate moon craters on their way to work. There is a growing demand for transparency. Where exactly is the $45 billion going? Which contractors are being selected? And most importantly, why should Jamaicans trust this administration to fix the roads now when they are the ones who presided over their decay for the last 10 years? Until the government moves away from flashy program titles like Spark and back to the boring, essential work of routine maintenance and structural engineering, Jamaica will remain in a cycle of fix and fail. The $45 billion spend is a massive gamble of taxpayer money that must be met with rigorous oversight, or it will simply be another chapter in the long history of Jamaica's crumbling infrastructure.
A cycle of fix and fail. A cycle of fix and fail. That is down to the corruption, the procurement fraud, the nepotistic cronyism contracts. Let us go back to Westmoreland. No, back to St. Elizabeth, Northwest, I think, before we go to Westmoreland. Because this is the government that regularly jam the word resilient down the throat of the Jamaican people. Building for resilience, building for climate change. But the very small things that the Prime Minister and his administration can do to prepare himself for the climate change and the resilience that he normally use big spoon push down with throat is to do the minimal, such as have our drains and gully clean, have our roads maintained. The Prime Minister has failed miserably, not just as the government, but as the Minister of the National Works Agency, have failed miserably. 10 whole years of failure. When a government have to be forced, not by his backbencher, but by a cabinet member who's bound by the ministerial principle, who should have had that conversation with Andrew Holness in public, but he blurted it out, in private rather, he blurted it out in public, telling the people of Jamaica that the Prime Minister can do better. That was the message I got from it. And if you fail to look at the issue that Jamaicans are facing every day, then I have to go public with it. Because rather than raise this in a cabinet meeting, Daryl Vaz did it publicly. Because Daryl Vaz possibly knew if he had raised it in a cabinet meeting, there would be kicking the can down the road for a longer while. When Daryl Vaz brought it to the public, Andrew was forced in a corner to put another $2 billion to the already $3.5 million reach program to do the extra patching. Now, both the opposition and the people of Jamaica need to work together here and tell us if you've seen the money from Reach or Spark spent in your community. We won't be able to sit down here and know. It's you, the community, have to tell us, did Spark on your road, or is your road still in darkness? Did Reach to your road, or in there somewhere down the road still a come? Don't forget that Go Road is coming. We not stay there. When they're done, we don't know with acronym. When they're done, we don't know with acronym. Let's go back to Northwest St. Elizabeth.
Welcome back. Continuing the news. The roads in some communities in St. Elizabeth are now in tatters after weeks of heavy rain. It sparked fears as rains continue, even as NSWMAT.
Now, man, Ferguson, me no know. Me no want to talk about the opposition. Because, you know, when me talk about them, Amal and Morgan pay me for talk. So, just make it fence pop down. When the fence pop down, the cow will walk over, the goat will walk over, the dog will come over, the fowl will come up, and then we yam down the whole crop in the backyard. Yeah, that's how it'll go.
Teams work to clear blocked roadways. Krista Campbell has this TVJ News follow-up.
We were flooded out yesterday. Water came into the building, and you can see the debris and everything. It was terrible yesterday.
That road, if the rain fall one more day, no car can go out, no car can come in. Further up, that road cut off from yesterday. No car can come down. So we have a problem around here.
The images are telling. Flood rain said to be pelting northwestern St. Elizabeth communities every day from mid-February up to today have disfigured roads, inundated yards, blocked access to shops and other businesses across the constituency.
Dry Harbour that is flooded now. The road leading to Carisbrook from Lacovia, that one is impossible as we speak. The Holland Mountain Road as well is impossible. And the Lacovia to Burn Savannah as well, that road too is impossible. The workmen are currently working on that one to have it cleared.
At a section of the Lacovia to Burnt Savannah Main Road, a literal facelift has left the water pipeline exposed and the fence of a nearby property hanging by a thread. The Member of Parliament says he's working with the National Works Agency to have the roads cleared as soon as possible. But there's concern about lives and property as the rains persist.
When you have the heavy rains, then you know you have debris coming down, you have a whole lot of silt, and as such, some of the drains would need to now be cleaned again.
Anybody can walk in and just drop off in there and they die at the same time. We need...
Who is the person on the PNP? Is it it's not Miguel Phillips, or is it what's you gonna call it? It's not Omar Newell, is it? Me don't know. Nobody don't know what nobody do about the PNP anyway, because if then they attack, people could not know what they do. And if when something I go about in a like how it a broke in a Andrew portfolio now. Me don't know. Me just don't know. You hear me say? Me don't know.
Proper road infrastructure. The Lacovia Bridge need proper road infrastructure.
The water is coming from up the hill and off the Holland Estate property. So I don't know if they could make a channel the water somewhere else. I don't know. Because if the water keep coming here, we can't live here, and this is where I call home. I don't have anywhere else to go. And I've been living here from I was a child, and now I'm 63 years old.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Me go call as a name, and you go here say Marlon Morgan pay me for call as a name, you know. Me no know. Me don't know. Where else we are going now? We want to go to, I think, Westmoreland. Let's see if this is Westmoreland. Bear with. Pamela Jackie Jamrock Holness.
We need good road.
I'm a taxi driver, which every week we have to spend money. All of the car back and gone. All of the bushing what they do. We have to do over the engine mode, everything right now. $110,000 we have to spend what they do to fix the car back up. And it's like, keep on going. We need road. We need justice. We need road. And we have to pay tax. And remember, taxi have a lot of money to pay when they come on for tax. We we pay the most. Because imagine when we got insurance, and when we tell them some application is a taxi, the money where they put up is unbelievable. 650,000 for my insurance because my license is young. 650,000. Plus the amount of things that we have to do on the road, we have to have road license, we have to do everything, we have to spend money for money. So it don't make sense to spend the money and have to use back on the car bottom. Which in the meanwhile we have to give the government money same way. And we not make no money for the road because
I'm up first.
we need road for all women to work in campus. We have to lift them up. In campus, you want to taxi driver, we strike and we not work. And if we block it today and then pull it, we are going to block it tomorrow. We are going to block it next day. We are going to block it the day.
Like I'm name, running taxi from Hartford to stop. And the road is very bad. Sat the gun at 45 to spin on the back. We need road. 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 Maximum need road. Too much money. Even my granny can't walk on the road. If you ever walk where you catch the king dropping a hole and John. Upon we have up there. No road not there. We need some good road in the Maros Hartford. Don't you know what's going on there, so we need some good road. Private driver, taxi driver, all we need is road. All we need road.
Upon we're driving round here. Canadian girl, go on. Upon we're driving round here. 10 whole years of failure. 10 whole years of failure from Andrew Holness administration. Not that him siphoned the road maintenance fund. The Prime Minister thought not to have our roads maintained for 10 years. And after being forced to, the Prime Minister allocate $45 billion for all sort of rigmarole. But whoever you talk to Jamaica in wherever part of particularly rural Jamaica, the roads are a disgrace. Riverbed, lane, gully bank, and all them something there. And don't forget the extortion for having a vehicle on the road that these people have to contend with, as well as adhering to all of the legal processes to keep them vehicle on the road. We are falling apart faster than you think. My bigger problem is there's no opposition to the government's lawlessness, not a trickle of it. Nothing. Everything is just breaking away, falling apart. And you see nobody from the opposition to highlight anything, to come out and talk about anything. It just left out here. Before we come back to Andrew Holness and the roads, let us go to Carnival a bit. I'll pull up a video that I heard Cliff Hughes going on about, and I'll give my opinion on it, because I think sometimes we may be too crazy.
Were reprimanded because they took part in this incident. You see the young women, look at this one now. She wants a piece of the policeman. And she is doing her thing on the policeman. And what is good about these two young policemen is that they kept their composure. They kept their professionalism. They did not entertain them. Yes? You see one with a smirk on his face. But this is provocation. Yeah, can't even get out the word. It's provocation. Because they see it as fun, but would we be willing to just have a laugh at it, as most of us are doing, laughing at it, saying it's all in the name of a Carnival Sunday? If that happened at a party below Torrington Bridge, what would be the reaction? Same? You tell me. But I want to commend those two young policemen for keeping their composure. Obviously, as a result of the incident some years ago when the police high command told the men and women of the force to refrain, to restrain themselves from becoming too involved, these two young policemen obviously took their advice.
I literally have no problem with it. It is in the spirit of the moment. Carnival is a once-a-year thing. The same thing happens over here every carnival. One of the biggest video headlines you're going to come out of Carnival is a black woman winding up on a policeman, or you will see a young white police just break away in the crowd and start winding up themselves. It's the spirit of the moment. It's the one day you get to dress almost naked or naked if you want and gyrate and enjoy yourself in the spirit of the moment. It is really not a problem. I think people should loosen up. It's just the fun of Carnival. It's the same thing that happens here. And police maintain them composure, just like how you see these two police maintain them composure. But on another point as well, you're going to see another police broke out in the crowd and start when it's just fun. They're human too. You know, I don't see what people in the system is really going on about. It's fun. Loosen up. God Almighty. It better than when them a fire gunshot off for we. We don't loosen up. Loosen up. It better when them did a dance than them a fire bullet after we're a box when them something there. It's just a day of fun. I mean, many of these people you see half naked on Carnival Day would not possibly do it other days of the year. People just lose their inhibition or whatever the word is at that time of the year. It's just that event. The same thing in London, yeah. So people just forget about whatever you hanged up with for the rest of the year, and Carnival Day, you just let absolutely goddamn loose. That's what Carnival, just let loose. Enjoy yourself like there's no more tomorrow. Enjoy yourself like today is the last you will. That's what I take from when I used to go to Carnival. That's what I take from Carnival. Just be loose and lawless for one day. Anyway, back to serious business. We, the people of Jamaica, have to get more involved in holding power to account. Because the truth is, it is us that are not getting the service. No matter how we ball say the opposition nado or nado, the problem is until we, the people, get involved and demand more, we're going to be always in the position where we continue to get the substandard service. On this, from 2003 November conference, Andrew been going on about the $40 billion for the Spark program. Jamaica people no can tell us if you have seen Spark bring changes to the roads in your community. It's your job to tell us. We don't know. We don't know. It is your job to tell us. It is your job to speak out if your road not fixed. Because let me say one thing that is happening wrong in our politics when it comes to our people. There will be things happening in your community, in your division, in your constituency. And you automatically assume that the authorities are aware of it or supposed to be aware of it. But if you don't call the authority, inform them. If you don't harass the authority after you inform them, then you bear the same responsibility as the authority, because the authority don't have to know. You may argue, on the other hand, that the authority have their contacts, their workers and delegates in all community who have a direct communication with them. I would argue, though, you, the citizenry, must not leave that to the worker or the delegate only. Because sometimes we know on both sides of the fence, the workers and the delegates, them cover the back of their MP and councillor who is doing nothing. Well, I know in a constituency like mine, our division, such as the Mountainside division, Derek Sangster is a non-existent. So even if you want to contact him, you don't know when there. You barely know if he's still alive. So with politics have a whole heap of problem on the ground. It's either we are not communicating with them, or we don't know who they are or where they're there to communicate with them. In a case like Rosalie Hamilton, is it Raytown? Or Raytown Rosalie? The residents of Raytown, Rosalie Hamilton, in the political hierarchy, Rosalie Hamilton is the first protocol for the people of Raytown, not Donovan. Rosalie Hamilton. After they've gone through Rosalie Hamilton, then it can be escalated to the MP Donovan Williams. But if Rosalie Hamilton is living and working in foreign, who then does the people of Raytown division bring their issues or concerns or problem to? You know, so the amount of underground thing we're wrong in our country, isn't it then now that we should be asking more questions? How much of our MPs or councillors lived outside the country and is collecting that hefty 300% rise salary? We must ask questions. People are getting away with murder. When we have a councillor living and working abroad, a councillor is not a volunteer job like a senator, nor a stipend job like a senator. It's not. It's not a stipend job like a senator that when you turn up, you get paid. A councillor is salarized while them have them seat, isn't it? But should have foreigner work? Who is going to pick up the probing on that is the question. Who is responsible for probing Rosalie Hamilton? Does anyone know? Who is responsible for probing Rosalie Hamilton and the salary We are paying to Rosalie Hamilton, who doesn't live or work in the country, who is living and working in another country. Who scrutinizes that? There's a lot that the opposition is not only failing to do, deliberately refuse to engage with. It is not that it's a secret and they're not aware of it. If we can talk about it 1, 2, 3 times a day, even if they didn't see it or hear it before we start talking about it, I mean, it's out here now. They have a function that they are closer to the mill, that no matter what go on, them know it before we. No matter what go on, they, the opposition, have access to more information than us. Why the silence? When the country catch fire, the country catch fire from all directions. Look at the state of our road. Look at the state of our rivers and gully bank. Look at this, the over backlog of rubbish collection right across Jamaica. But there's nobody out there championing these issues on behalf of the people. I don't know what is going on. I don't have any question for you ask me. I don't have anything on want me to talk about. Because tonight, me really come to talk about Andrew Holness and the $45 billion. But Andrew Holness will not show us proof of that $45 billion spending. But it is our job, Jamaica, to scrutinize and show up Andrew. Let us be the opposition. Let us be the opposition. If your road fix, tell the world. And if your road don't fix, tell the world. We want to know if the $45 billion make no difference to no community. In which community and in how much community that $45 billion was spent in. We want to know, because we don't see based on the sentiment of the people. Yes, let's see if I find UWI staff them come out today again. But nothing not going to change in Jamaica until we decide to unite as a people and take on the government. Because let me tell you something. Them now go wake up overnight and decide, say, you know what? We've been promising them for so long. Me hear about it, but I not see it in a glean. I wonder if the observer pick it up, can I say Adam block me, you know? Away there, now the observer. We go up something there. But what I would advise Jamaica healthcare workers to do is to have a coordinated protest. A coordinated protest with UWI, Hargreaves, and KPA, what the relic one name? Carnival Regional. All go out on the same day. Because when you do it in a piecemeal, the government will have the narrative to run out there that it is politically affiliated or this or that. Just like how you see everybody come out and bash Malaba, it's politically affiliated. I mean, everybody just accept the rot and the spoils what will country turn into. Nobody nothing have anything to say about it. But if the whole way stand up and just watch the country fall apart and think or say it is not my business, that is one of the most selfish things you could ever say or do. Because me not have picnic for left back here and me a fight. So how about Uno? We have children for left back in this struggle. Me not understand, I swear to God. If Uno understand why parents are either silenced or in some cases give their approval to a lot of these things, especially on the political fence of things, knowing say, I mean, if you don't think that when you silence to some of these things or give your approval to some of these things, it's that world that you're leaving for your children and your grandchildren. That is what you're leaving. But everything is falling apart. But me not find a video, but a lot of you know.
He says he's unable to comment on the reported shooting, noting that the matter is under investigation.
UWI worker them come out today. Jamaica healthcare worker them need to attack the government in a more unified approach. Both the major hospitals come out on the same day. This is why I said this is the best opportunity, given their 28 which Andrew Holness depends more than ever on their legislative support. When Andrew Holness had his 40th in the House of Representatives, he didn't need legislative support from the PNP. He could have, this is why you see Andrew Holness could pass legislation in the dead of night without any scrutiny. Him just push legislation through Parliament. Not so. And with that, the PNP can use that as a weapon to draw the government in line. However, for whatever reason, they refuse to do so. But I think this is the best opportunity to get rid of Christopher Tufton. With all of what's rambling on, with the debacle in the health scare, with the ending of the Cuban healthcare program, I think one of the best opportunity is being presented to the People's National Party to get rid of Christopher Tufton. As to why strategically they have not moved to the opportunity, they will have to tell their story when them get the chance. There's going to be a war going to there should be other reason for the government concern. Unto them not caring or being unto them only interested in a dead body right now. These people, we are of no use to them alive. We are of no use to them alive. University of the Hospital West Indies worker protest. We are no use to these people alive. Hold on there. 4 hours ago. Hold on the globalist. Make we listen while my screen record it so I can bring it in the studio, yeah? Bear with. Never go silent, I will just listen. I wonder, globalist, I wonder if I tough and tell the media them say they enough. You know, hit the like button for me now, please. I wonder if I tough and tell the media them say nobody turn up go give them no highlight. Because them a go call up. Them a go talk up with business. I wonder if I tough and tell the media say don't go they go give them no support. That's quite a sizable donation protest. Bigger than when the nurse them did come out down at Carnival, but we soon bring it in a studio. Phone we just a crap the video. But the country is falling apart. A same way from what 2023 onward, we have all sway of the public sector demonstrating against Andrew Holness. Jankra, wanna put him back in, you know? Because if the public sector they come out against Andrew, public sector only figure learn for them grass, you know. Public sector. Because after public sector, Ladybug, how you do? After public sector, so the government gives us 300% pay rise and telling us that you can only get 20% over a 3-year period. I voted for him. The wicked PNP, them telling us say, them are going to give a $3.5 million threshold, which would be more achievable than a $32 million minimum wage because the private sector now pay it. And that on a vote for. You know how much I know would have come out of the tax bracket? You know how much I know would have come out of the income tax bracket if I not like the PNP, them I tell like anything else. Because everybody promised we unachievable things in election campaign, but when they get in a power, it's not achievable. Remember, Andrew, they promised with impeachment, all them something there, up until today, they're 10 years on. 10 years on, and nothing. But me think to say, this is the best opportunity to take down Christopher Tufton. I mean, I stop say so. Because if Christopher Tufton no come down, only more people are go dead. Only power dead under Christopher Tufton regime already. And me think to say, if these people are social democrat and humanitarian, them need to try to protect the life of the Jamaica people from lawless killers like Andrew Holness and Christopher Tufton, who are play upon with life and blood. See, Rosalie Hamilton just come out and tell we what they say. Them we burn on out a house and home to get land. So when we say Andrew lick down St. Elizabeth to get land, I never joke we talk. I do believe what them want with Juliet, Andrew, Babsy, and the all of them harass Rosie over is to kick off poor people off a land, give them for development. Nobody is standing in the gap, though. This is why I'm always saying to the people of Jamaica, we have to get more involved. The people of Jamaica have to become more involved. Because if we don't, these two sides of the same coin is going to always play the game that benefits them. A game that leaves us at a disadvantage. A game that we benefit nothing more than KFC or Lord, I want to fling out town. You KFC nyammers. You KFC gobbers. I want to throw a chicken bone at you. Kind of irritate me, peace. Hold on. I never realized I'm having the wrong thing into studio. Here you go.
Lord, stop the sun from shining.
Tell somebody to tag CVJ and CVM.
Yeah, man, tag up CVM and TVJ there.
And you radio
yeah, man, and radio station, them and tap up the live, man. Alright. Here is the flat card, then. Here is the flat card, then, alright. Flat cab, all right. The people, them serious.
Hospital workers across Jamaica, we don't need to build a WhatsApp group where we coordinate, So when we go out on strike, we can unify, we approach. when we get more recompense out of the government, we're going to approach the government unified. The one cocoa full basket not really work when it come to the fight for justice. You have to take out the whole basket, throw at them. Evan Miller, how you doing?
Yeah, man. So we get another charge.
We're tired. And too much. Can't work. Hungry and come with me. Somebody talk TVJ. Come, somebody talk TVJ. Somebody talk TVJ and TV and tell them. Talk TVJ and TV. Tell them no. Come on, talk TVJ and CVM.
Yes, Jamaica. Everything is falling apart. In the run-up to the last general election, I said to the people of Jamaica, our country is at a crossroad, and where we go is the decision we make at the poll. Rather than going straight ahead or turn right, the country has made a wrong turn. It's not the first the country had made such a wrong turn. The country has decided to continue on that wrong turn it made, particularly in 2020. The country, though, is feeling the pinch of it. Where are these workers? University Hospital, Ladybug. University Hospital workers. The country is feeling the pinch of it in every sector: health, education, road infrastructure, the economy, education, agriculture. You name whichever one of them. We are feeling the pinch of it. We have just given JPS $150 million to money launder the other day. And it's the same JPS and the government that raises electricity bill on us because of Melissa. And I know because of the war, it will still go up. Everywhere we turn, Kashamaka Jukwe. Kashamaka Jukwe. In a Christopherton hospital, sewing needle, common pin. It them I use prick your finger for draw blood. What's the difference with a Kashamaka or a partner maka? I mean, it's blood. You're only stabbing to get blood. So I don't see the difference if you use a kasha or a partner. Because it's blood you want, and you only need to stab it with something sharp, Christopher Tufton. You only need to stab the finger with something sharp to get blood. A common pin, a sewing needle, a kashamaka. Christopher Tufton. Christopher Tufton must go. But how we're going to get Christopher Tufton go? When the people them who we entrusted and put in place to hold a hammer over Christopher Tufton neck, to strike the hammer when the time is right, those same people is silent lamb to the slaughter. Won't know what me to say. Won't know what me to say if Marlon Morgan pay me for talk bullshit. But only if you talk bullshit, don't. That if people them say Marlon Morgan pay me. Morgan step up the money, no? Me can't do more, you know. So step up the money, me can't do more. So if you want more out of me, you have to step up the money. And if PNP want me to do it for them, on have to bid above Marlon. Highest bidder! Hey, Jesus. Take the case and give us the pillow. But globalists, our country is falling apart. I've always been of the view that nothing works or is working in our country. The similarities of Andrew Holness and Donald Trump, the wrecking ball of everything systematic and institution, where Andrew Holness and Donald Trump no pull down where their hand can reach, you know. What Andrew Holness, the MAGAs and the JLP, there's so much that binds them together. When MAGA and JLP now pull down, and where they can reach when they touch their hand, but when they touch their hand and they can't reach, they are going to pull it down. But you all brought back Donald Trump. You all brought back Andrew Holness. You saw the result of it. You still have more of both of them. Oh, we're going to manage it out. Oh, we're going to manage it out. Dr. Tufton. And if Dr. Tufton boiled the swing, Jesus Christ. Dr. Tufton, you boil the swing, nigga, them. No, me have to Laverne there. Can't think of Laverne tell me so. Laverne, you there? Always observing how you do. Laverne. I used to them, I use swing. No, sir. And Dr. Tufton, and if me there practice nursing, and if you draw blood, we could all bite them on their finger, you know. I like how me bite off piece of police ears. We could bite them on their finger. All you want is blood. Them can't boil needle because them have no water. Jesus. Everywhere you turn back, I joke you. So, a one stab per needle. So, hey, Jesus. I would I get up and run out of the office. If I have to shut my eye, knowing it's an injection needle, I can't go near no needle unless my head cover over, you know. My head have to cover first. And they have to say, I'm going to put on the tunicate now. I'm wiping the area. You're going to feel a little. If they ever not see so, the murder balling. The murder balling. What would that happen if they don't repeat everything? Well, so if you go see them with a sewing needle. Jesus. Sewing needle. So best me come on my bed. Because when I think about that sewing needle on my finger, when I think about that sewing needle on my finger, Lord Jesus, boy, we are meeting. I mean, if they ask a lot of we in a diaspora, We can donate the diabetic kit to a local hospital. We can, me used to buy them for my mother where they have 1 month worth of the strip and the needle them in a pack. Where you use one every day. I mean, there are a lot of Jamaicans abroad. But then again, if you send them something there Jamaica, and you not give them a cut, you not give them a cut out of it nah find it way in. Yes, now man, I saw Laverne tell me say, a sewing needle, them I use to prick your finger to get the blood for the diabetic test. Prick your finger with needle. This is the perfect opportunity to get rid of Dr. Tufton. How will we get rid of him, though? I don't think we're going to have such an opportunity with PNP and their numbers to get rid of Dr. Tufton. Because in there, before September 3rd, they never had the number to really do that, to say we cannot support your legislative agenda with the continuous failure of Dr. Tufton running off the ministry. The dead babies are piling up. The corruption and the scandal and the procurement breaches are piling up. The unaccounted for billions of 700 billions and more is piling up. We may never get another issue to take down Christopher Tufton. But Christopher Tufton is still left to kill us and send us on to Archer and make money off of we. Kill us, send us on to Archer and make money off of we. And you don't see a problem in a hit. Now you don't see a problem with the PNP silence, where we have been presented an opportunity to take down Christopher Tufton. And the PNP hasn't got anything to say about it. May I come down my bed because my mouth always put me in trouble, you know, Barbara, how you do? My mouth always get me in trouble. But I think we have been presented with a very good opportunity to get rid of Christopher Tufton. As to why those who are holding the tools in their hands decide not to wave it, history will judge them in the end for that. Thank you very much for being here with us this evening. Lovely to have your support as usual. Join us back tomorrow morning when we'll continue to look at the ever increasing failure of what our country has become. Donald Trump said it was a shithole country. If it wasn't then, has it not really turned into one now? Thank you and good night from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. We love Jah. put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say, watch your man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and fight. Fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favourites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.